The WLToys 144001. Not new, it's been around since 2019 and it's 2023 now, so it's been around for about 4 years. I've had it for about almost a year, and just wanted to give you guys a little review on how it's held up with me having it for about a year. Maybe it's 2023 and you're thinking about buying one. Well, this might be the video for you. As you can see, it's definitely seen some better days. It's kind of dirty right now. I didn't clean it for the video just because just kind of want to drive home how this thing has held up to what it's been through. Yeah, it's kind of dirty. The tires are kind of worn. Now this buggy is $100 brand new. WLToys 144001, as it's very popularly known by. I'm just gonna say right now, for $100, it is amazing. It's just it's not brushless. It's just a giant 550 motor. And this thing is not that big. It's really small. Like, that's my hand. See, my hand covers pretty much the entire thing. So that's a big motor for a little buggy, in my opinion. Here you go, for size comparison. That's it next to a TRX 4M, which it's honestly not much bigger. So it's quite small. And people say, like a lot of people on YouTube said, the batteries that come with these are a little small for it, but I honestly find no issues with it. I can get like 20 minutes out of one battery, and it comes with two batteries. It's just a 2-cell LiPo, standard Dean's connector. Upgradability on these is pretty good. You can put a brushless motor on there. You can, the ESC you'd have to be kind of picky about because there's not much room under the hood there for you to put a big ESC. Also can't put a huge battery on it, but again, for a small buggy, it's fine. It's pretty fast out the box, just like this. It does about 30 miles an hour. I've never actually tested that, but that's what everybody on YouTube has shown, and I'd say it does. I'd say it is 30. It's pretty quick. Yeah, overall, it's a really good buggy. Now, there's a few things I don't like about it. One, the rear drive shafts are, well, from the factory, they're just dog bones like that, except on both sides. I've upgraded them to CVDs on both sides, which leads me to another point that I don't like. The parts availability for these, there's a lot of parts available online for these, but you're not going to find parts for this at any hobby shop, probably. I haven't been able to. So all the parts you're going to need are going to be online, and the majority of them are going to come from China. So you got to wait, 2 weeks to a month and a half for stuff to come in. So like these drive shafts I had to wait. This is actually the second time I've ordered drive shafts for it, because the first ones broke pretty quickly. And these I had to wait a good minute for these to come in. But you can get parts for them. You gotta be patient. It's gonna spend a lot of time sitting while you wait. What I was getting at is those are just dog bones from the factory, and if you crash it and say this snaps off or you bend this over, which I've done both, the drive shaft will fly out and you'll lose it if you're in thick grass or something. I actually lost one, and I never could find it. Me and two friends that were with me spent like 30 minutes trying to find it, couldn't find it. So that's when I decided to get the CVD, so if it ever pops off, you don't have to worry about losing the drive shaft. The ones on the front are already CVD, so you don't have to worry about losing them, but I've never popped the front loose. But one time I was at a skate park, and it was almost 90-degree ramp, and I just sent it way too high. The way it landed was like this. It just slammed down on its... I actually have a video of it. it pushed this metal tab here up, and this came off, but nothing actually broke. Like, so far I've put this thing through a lot of crashes, and I have never actually broke anything on it. But that's literally the worst experience I've had with a crash. Was it pulled that out and the drive shaft flew away. But that's it. All the screws on it are Phillips screws. They're not Allen screws.
Oh, hi, Alan. There are no multiples of Alan. He's just
Alan!
Which is, I mean, some people don't like it because they strip out a lot, but it's kind of nice because if you ever need to work on anything on it, literally all you need is a Phillips screwdriver and one of these wheel wrenches, which it does come with a wheel wrench, but it's weird because the wheel wrench it comes with does not fit on these nuts, which brings me to another point. If you tighten these nuts too much, it puts stress on the bearing, on the wheel bearing, and it'll bind up, so you can't put them too tight, which does cause you to lose them. I've lost a couple of these now.
Oh no! Damn it! Lost a wheel nut again.
I just now got done replacing these because, like I said earlier, these will pop out, or it'll bend these metal tabs out of the way, and they'll pop out. And if you pop them out enough times, it'll just destroy these little plastic bushings that hold the rod in there. Another issue I noticed all of the shocks leak, and this one in particular, well, this one's bent a little bit from, I guess, a crash, so it's got a sticky spot, but it's really nice suspension. All the shocks are adjustable, so you can adjust how high or low you want it to sit, and you can also play around with the positions there and back there too. Adjustable camber and toe, adjustable camber and toe at the front, and adjustable camber at the rear, which it has this it's not like a hex thing, so you can put a little wrench on there like you'd think. It's one of those. I just realized you can really see that shock is bent. I've seen a lot of the guys on YouTube that like put these through durability tests. A lot of times what'll happen is these shock towers will bend. These will just pop out. Shock tower bend, but that's pretty much it. You can bash the crap out of these and it'll probably be fine. Like I said, that's all I've ever had was it bent that forward because I had a really bad landing, but I've actually never bent the shock towers. I did manage to bend this one shock somehow. Now, the transmitter, I actually really like it. It's nice and small, so you can drive it one-handed pretty easily. And it's got your, steering trim and your throttle trim, so you can turn the throttle down if you want to let your newbie friend have a go at it. Pretty simple, but I just like it because it's nice and small, and you just turn the switch on, plug in your battery, and then hold that button. It'll beep. The steering is really good on this. It's really quick. It's got a little micro servo in there, so it's pretty quick, and it's pretty strong steering too. It's got it does have a servo saver, so like if you hit a bump too hard, it won't destroy the servo. It'll give. Another quick thing, these tires, I had issues with them coming unglued. Like, oh yeah, that one's unglued right now. I've glued them back a couple times and they just keep coming unglued. The diffs are not greased from the factory, so they're real loose. I just had it all apart and I just re-greased this one. That's how it should be. Kind of like, it just kind of stops after a second, whereas this one, I've greased this one, but I guess it's time for me to grease it again. But anyway, it's got some serious wheel speed about it. Oh yeah, it's trying to jump off the table. Another thing that I should mention that I do find a little bit annoying is the brakes. If you push this forward, you get, while you're going forward, you get brakes. Normally, when you push it a little bit, you should just get a little bit of brake. And if you push it all the way, you should get all brake. Well, on this, you push it just a little bit and it's 100% brakes. So that's a little annoying, but yeah, look, I'll show you. Notice I'm not pushing it all the way. It's just a little bit and it's full stop. Same thing if I push it all the way. So it's a little annoying because if you're going real fast and you're trying to slow down, all it does is skid, and it gets kind of squirrely if you're trying to stop, and you gotta kind of feed it, like you gotta what's the word I'm looking for? So yeah, I'd say that's a review. I'm gonna leave you now with some clips, some videos I have of it running. Thanks for watching.